So hi, Mrs. S. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. So thank you for coming down here to meet with me today. I appreciate your email about our student Tommy. And so before we get started, I want to hear all about some of the concerns that you have. I want to talk a little bit about how the process works. So you've come to me with a concern, and I feel like it's very valid. We need to try to help him be more successful in your time with him. So when I consult with teachers, paras, administrators, staff, whoever, the first thing that's really important to understand is the confidentiality. So we have a student that we're going to be talking a lot about, and when we talk about students, only those who need to know we should really be talking with. So I am not going to take any information that you share with me and go share it with other people unless they need to know. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. And because we're just consulting on some behaviors that you're seeing that you want to talk about, we probably aren't going to have a lot of that, but just so you know, anytime we talk about a student, it's kind of as needed. And then just to give you kind of a heads up, when we consult about a student and these behaviors, we have a timeline. And so as you might know, things like this don't change overnight. It can be a process, and sometimes we have to implement something that may not be good for you. It may not be good for him. And so we just work back and forth until we find what does work. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So we're going to go ahead and collect some information today, and then I will get back with you in the next couple of days or within a week or so to go over what I think we can try with him.
Okay.
That sound good?
Yeah, that
Okay,
sounds
move
awesome.
forward?
Thank you
Okay,
so much.
Good. So go ahead and let me know what's been going on with Tommy.
Yeah, so as you know, I work with Tommy in a small group setting. His teacher recommended for him to come out because he's been struggling with some reading and writing skills. So he comes out and we work in a small group just to kind of really help emphasize those skills. And while he's with us, he seems to get really distracted. He's almost never on task, constantly annoying the people around him, asking him where we are at in our books, like what we should be doing, that sort of thing. Every time I see him, like he's getting distracted by little things, like maybe someone walking by or just looking around. He never seems to really know what we're doing, and it's really frustrating because we want to give him the most support that we can give him, but it's hard to give him support when he's never following along. And then when I do, like, say, hey, like let's stay on track, or hey, like, remember this is where we're at, he seems to just kind of shut down and get upset. And so I just want to make sure that I'm not missing anything, like if there's anything else I could be doing better. I've tried doing some positive things, like really praising him when I do see him doing the right thing. I've tried like telling him, hey, like you're gonna need to punch your card or put your name on the board, move your pin down in his classroom, because those are his classroom interventions, or like different behavior things that they do for him there. And those don't seem to really have an effect on him. He'll get sad when he has to punch his card, but it just doesn't seem like it changes anything the next day. So I just wanted to ask you about like what I could do for him behaviorally, if there's anything that you could help so that we can be getting him the help he needs so he can be at grade level in his classroom.
Okay. So when you talk about some of these behaviors, are you noticing any kind of pattern to his behavior? Are some days better than other days? Does he seem to have a good handle on what is happening around him on, let's say, Tuesdays versus Mondays, or is it really just kind of all over the place and we're just not sure?
I feel like it's pretty all over the place. I haven't really noticed a specific pattern. There are some days that he will be better.
Okay.
I don't really know why that. I couldn't tell you why that would be or anything, or I notice that there's a certain pattern. But like I said, there are like when I do see him doing something good, which because we do have good days, I do praise him a lot.
Good.
So I'm not sure if there's really a pattern to it though.
Okay. All right. Well, as part of the consultation, what I do is I would like to be able to come down and observe. And I did come and watch you interact with your students a couple of days ago, as you saw that. I like to just observe him in a couple of different settings and just see if maybe in the classroom is different than when he's with you, or maybe art has a different system that might be working. And just kind of get an idea of a big picture of this kiddo. Does that sound okay?
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Great. So let's plan on meeting again then. I don't know. Does this time work for you usually?
Yeah, that's usually like the time that I'm available.
Okay, perfect. So let's plan on maybe next week at this time, and then if you need to adjust that or I need to adjust that, email is a really good way to communicate with me.
Perfect.
And you have my email. So
yeah.
Great. Well, thank you. I'll see you in about a week.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thanks.